Some people may recognize this plant. This is Japanese knotweed. You can tell by the shape of the leaf, the offset pattern here, especially you'll see like the stem does a zigzag between leaves here typically. All right, and it grows in clumps. Looks a lot like bamboo. The stalks are hollow and they have these knots or sections in them just like bamboo. So like I said, it really looks a lot like bamboo, especially when it is in the big growth and when it's dormant, like in the winter. All right, so every year you get the old dead canes here, and then you get the new canes. All right, Japanese knotweed is incredibly invasive. It's a problem all around the world. In the UK, they will not even let you sell a property with Japanese knotweed infestation. You have to remove the knotweed before you can sell the property. All right, so what I want to talk about is, I came out here last week, and I injected some of this with glyphosate. Okay, you can see some of my injection holes right here. Okay, and it worked amazingly. So you can't cut this stuff. I mean, if you cut it, there's nothing you can do but burn it, because every clipping will root. Okay. So instead of coming out here and spraying it, it's really tough. It's worse than kudzu. You can't just spray it and it kills it to the ground. The most successful thing I've heard of is injection. So that's what I did. I got a basting needle, and I was very careful with the glyphosate because it is dangerous, if you don't use it properly. But I injected with a basting needle in the stalk here, and I did several stalks. I didn't do every stalk in the whole area, right? But every stalk that I injected is losing its leaves. See, all the ground is covered in leaves out here, right? So here's another stalk that I injected, right? See how these limbs or whatever you call them, there's no leaves on like half the limbs on this stalk, no more. Oh wow, it's almost dead too. So that one is completely leafless now. All right, and if you go down the stalk, you'll find where I injected it. All right, see right down here? That's where I injected it. And then the stalk beside it, though, still has all of its leaves. So and here's another one that all the leaves are gone off of this stalk. And that's one that I injected. So I kind of came in here and I did like every other. And see this stalk right here, if you can't see because there's other bushes in the way. But so it looks like every stalk that I injected is dying and has lost almost all of its leaves. All right. So what I'm kind of wondering is, maybe someone knows this. Do these stalks share a root system? And if they do, here's another one that is losing leaves. If they do share a root system, then will the glyphosate be carried up into the roots of the next one over? All right, that's what I'm wondering. It's very interesting. I don't know. See, they all these stalks here come from this root, yeah. But so this stalk is almost all of its leaves are gone. This stalk beside it is lost almost all of its leaves as well. This stalk has lost almost all of its leaves. Okay, so it has. And look at this. The roots, I could pull this up right now. All right. So I think it has killed it. I think this whole clump is dead. Now the clump beside it is probably the oldest one. It's got lots of stalks. I'm not sure how many I injected. You can see I injected right there. I injected right here. You see that? All right. And the nice thing about the basting needle is the needle itself, I don't have it with me. Here's another spot where I injected right there. So the basting needle is stout enough you can tap it into the node, right? And I went for the top, and you have to angle it because it's long, So you angle it down into the stalk, and as soon as it punctures the tough outer layer, it goes in real easy, and you just tap it into the stalk. Then you take the syringe. I used a glass jar because that cleans easily. I put my glyphosate in the jar. I think it had like a 46% glyphosate. And I just sucked that up with the syringe, and then I would take the syringe, over to the stalk, put it on the needle, and squirt it in there very slowly. And, you know, apparently it's working. So this whole clump seems to be dying or dead, right? That's like a 3 stalk clump. This clump over here, so this little one doesn't seem to be affected that much yet. This stalk has lost almost all of its leaves, and so has this stalk, okay? And I think I only injected one of them. So yeah, it seems like it's working on the whole clump. You can see in this, there's a small clump right here. I injected that one, and they have started losing leaves, and as I'm moving it around, there's more leaves falling. So it's working, y'all. This big clump here, I'm curious how much is affected here. So I can see these leaves are still firmly attached. I wonder why these leaves are misshapen like so. There's a lot like that, I've noticed. There were some over there as well. Let's see, so I injected, I'm trying to see which ones I injected over here. So I injected this one, and it is losing some, like you can see right here, right? All these branches with no leaves. So it's lost some. Here's another branch that's lost a lot, and the leaves are just falling off. And, but there's still a lot. And then you see, like, at the top, let me step back here. So this whole clump here, the tops, I don't know if you can see, but almost all the tops are bare. Okay? So the leaves come off really easy too. But anyways, this, it looks like it worked. From my initial observation today, I think the bigger clump is going to take longer to die because there's more roots, there's more vegetative matter. So maybe I should have injected every stalk. But we're gonna wait and see. I think this smaller clump is completely dead. I mean, like the root, I mean, it's like moving around, and all the stalks have lost most of their leaves. So, at any rate, there's another clump over here. This stuff grows like thickets, all right? I don't know if you can see this. That stalk has no leaves left on it. This stalk has no leaves, and it just folded over. So when I pushed this stalk over, it just folded, and like some juice ran out of it. I dare say it's dying. This next stalk back here, same thing. Stalk is completely barren of leaves. And when I push these stalks over, they're not resisting very much. Look, that one's just split open. The juice inside and everything. So I'm wondering, very juicy plants. So like this one here, I just broke it off inadvertently. It could root, so I don't want to put that end down to the ground, you know what I mean? You got to be very careful with this stuff. This stalk has all the leaves out of gone from it. I'm very happy with this. I'm going to wait another week before I try to do any more injection or anything. But the idea is you don't want to cut this stuff. You want to kill it where it stands. If you have to cut it, then burn it. Burn what you cut. Don't dump it somewhere. If you dump it, you're just creating a problem for somebody else. This stuff, you can't just kill it, you know, like you would think of normal plants. It's really bad. All right, so that's my little video, and maybe I'll follow up and demonstrate the injection process if this doesn't kill it completely. But I think it will. I think another week or two, and they'll all be on the ground, and I can just dig the hopefully dead roots out and be done with it. All right, that's all.